everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Ryan's Falcons. So with that, we'll send you out to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, home of the Dirty Birds, where we bring in the two men who will call the action, and that's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Larry, in what is scheduled to be its final season as an NFL stadium, there's a look at the Georgia Dome here in Atlanta. Today we've got a good NFC matchup lined up here between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Freeman, Charles, he looked more solid in Week 2 against the Raiders, 93 yards, and that was after a tough Week 1 where he had just 20 on the ground.
And I think with Devontae Freeman, we have to be careful about how we measure him, because we usually measure all running backs by how many yards they gain, on the ground. But Freeman is an all-around player. Run it, catch it, blocks really well, protects his quarterback. I don't think anyone plays harder in the league without the ball in his hands.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he cuts it right into space. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 61 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. So a big-time scamper there to cap a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sets a tone, establishes not what you call a dominance, but a really good feeling for the team that just scored. But I've got to ask you, partner, what do the analytics say about that type of a run? Does it establish anything else for them?
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. One back is Lacer. Rodgers now on first down. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Rodgers now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
Caught by Nelson left side.
All offseason, the talk in Green Bay was, we're getting Jordy Nelson back at receiver. We're getting Jordy Nelson back. And, boy, he announced his presence really well in the first game ever at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. The first touchdown scored officially. Not in preseason.
Yeah, not preseason.
Regular season. Jordy Nelson scored it. I don't think the Viking fans were real happy about that.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Play clock winding down. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender, but in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
First and goal from the 5. They will run again with Coleman. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will make our score 9-0. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd down, Lacey. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down. Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And, of course, Charles, through just 2 weeks of the season, quite a few 2-0 teams. Good news for those fan bases since 1990 when the NFL made the move to 2 wild cards. Close to 60% of teams that started 2-0 got into the postseason.
And I'm going to keep it strictly in the AFC right now. Here's what impressed me about some of these 2-0 teams. How about New England? All right, Jimmy Garoppolo has been the starting quarterback. He gets hurt. Jacoby Brissett comes in, and they still win the game. How about the Broncos and Trevor Siemian? They're off to a 2-0 start. I love what Houston was able to do to get to 2-0. Exercised a big demon in beating Kansas City, who routed them last year in the playoffs. Those teams have really impressed me. And last but not least, Pittsburgh focused and beat Cincinnati.
The big fella! And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And he puts it through. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. His throw incomplete. And by the way, we should probably give a congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings just opening a new stadium, U.S. Bank Stadium, and they christened it with a 3-point victory.
And it was so great to look up and see all the old Vikings at the game and the fans enjoying it. That was fantastic. But how about Sam Bradford? The big move, the big trade, his first start, and it pays off in a huge way. He and Stephon Diggs have already made a big-time connection.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
So bad.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And this is off the left, upright, and through. A trick shot there, but a point is a point. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Okay, let's talk rookies while we have a little breather here. Who's impressed you so far from those first-year guys?
Well, Corey Coleman out of Baylor, now with Cleveland. Everyone said he was explosive. He's been exactly that. How about Will Fuller? That young man does have a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he?
Did you see his catch?
Oh, that was
it up to himself.
Popped it right to himself. He knows what he's doing, and he's playing really well for the Texans. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Artie Burns in Pittsburgh, the corner's playing really well. And Vernon Butler with Carolina. He's part of that rotation with K.K. Short and Star Lotulelei.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
To throw is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Coleman now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Entirely deliver me from reality and take